For most of us, life's great conflict is not waged on a physical battlefield. The war is not fought with swords and shields, with guns and missiles. The battlefield is not out there. It is within. Every single day, a silent, insidious war rages in the citadel of our minds, our hearts, our souls. It's the war against the specters of doubt, fear, procrastination, and laziness. It's the war against the seductive whisper of excuses and the slow poison of settling for less. It is the war against remaining the same when you know, in your bones, that you were forged for so much more. Oh, this war does not announce its arrival with banners or alarms. It seeps into your thoughts in the quiet moments when the world isn't looking. It whispers, "You are not good enough." It anchors you to your bed when you made a sacred promise to yourself to rise with the sun. It masterfully convinces you that change is impossible, that life is too hard, that greatness was never meant for you. But here is the immutable truth. This war is winnable. The greatest warriors in history are not defined by their physical might or the sharpness of their blades. They are the ones who conquer the battlefield within. They are the ones who silence the insidious voice of self-doubt and rise, phoenix-like, from the ashes of their fears. The war within you will be the most arduous battle you ever fight, but it is also the most profound. Because when you win this war, you do not just change your life, you become unstoppable. You have heard the phrase, "You are your own worst enemy." But have you ever dared to truly absorb its terrifying weight? No one can imprison you more effectively than you can. That voice urging you to quit, to surrender, to settle for a life half-lived. That voice does not echo from the outside world. It is a mutiny from within. This enemy doesn't wear a mask or lurk in the shadows. It is the part of you that instinctively resists growth, that recoils from the sharp edge of change. It is the voice that masterfully argues, "I'll start tomorrow," or "This is too difficult," or "What's the point?" It knows your every weakness. It knows precisely when and where to strike for maximum effect. But know this, that voice is not the real you. It is the part of you consumed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and even fear of your own success. The first decisive step in winning the war within is to recognize fear for what it is, a masterful liar. Fear lies to you every single day. Your job is to stop listening. In this internal war, you must be armored. That armor is not forged of steel, but of unyielding discipline. Discipline is the great separator, the unyielding wall between those who achieve their dreams and those who merely dream of them. It is not motivation. Motivation is a fleeting battle cry, a surge of emotion that fades. Discipline is the grim, resolute march that continues long after the drums of motivation have fallen silent. Every day, you face a series of small skirmishes, launching yourself from bed when every fiber of your being screams for rest, marching to the gym when exhaustion is your companion, saying no to the siren call of distraction to focus on what truly matters. Winning these small battles is how you win the war. Discipline is not perfection. It does not mean you will never stumble. It means you will rise again every single time you fall. It means showing up when it is hard. It means honoring the promises you make to yourself. Each promise kept is a stone laid in the fortress of your self-trust, and that trust is the foundation of unshakable self-confidence. Without discipline, there is no progress. Without progress, there is no victory. Fear is the enemy's most devastating weapon. It keeps you shackled. It keeps you small. It convinces you that the prison of your current circumstances is safer than the terrifying freedom of the unknown, even if you are miserable. But here is the secret. Fear is not a stop sign. It is a green light. Fear is a flare in the dark, signaling that you are on the verge of doing something that matters. The things that terrify you most are often the very things that hold the greatest power to transform your life. Whether it is launching a new venture, pursuing a long-held dream, or finally standing up for what you believe in, fear will always be your shadow when you step outside your comfort zone. You cannot outrun it. You cannot hide from it. The only way to conquer fear is to march directly into its teeth. Every single time you confront your fears, you weaken their grip. Each step into discomfort makes you stronger, and the stronger you become, the more trivial the next challenge appears. Winning the war within is not an overnight coup. It is one small, hard-fought victory at a time. Every time you choose to push through the wall of resistance, you are winning. Every time you command the voice of doubt to be silent, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more. These small wins are the very building blocks of greatness. It's not about taking massive, earth-shattering leaps every day. It's about taking small, consistent, relentless steps in the right direction. It's about showing up even when, especially when, it is uncomfortable. Perhaps today, your small victory is simply getting out of bed on time. Perhaps it's choosing a meal that nourishes you over one that poisons you. Perhaps it's dedicating 30 minutes to that project you have been masterfully avoiding. Whatever it is, celebrate it. Acknowledge it. Recognize that every small win is another inch of territory claimed from the enemy. Over time, those inches become miles, and those small wins compound into a tidal wave of massive, irreversible change. The war within is waged with words as much as with deeds. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you can possibly comprehend. If your internal monologue is a constant barrage of, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," you are surrendering before the battle has even begun. Positive self-talk isn't about delusional fantasy or pretending everything is perfect. It is about consciously choosing words that empower you rather than defeat you. It is about reminding yourself of your strength, your resilience, your infinite potential. It is about becoming your own most fervent champion instead of your own harshest critic. When negative thoughts launch their assault, stop them in their tracks. Interrogate them. Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Systematically replace thoughts that harm with thoughts that build. Instead of "I'll never succeed," declare, "I am learning and growing every single day." Instead of "I'm a failure," affirm, "I am human, and I am doing my best." The words you speak to yourself forge your reality. Choose them wisely. The war within is the hardest battle you will ever face, but it is also the most important. Every day is a new opportunity to prove to yourself what you are made of. Every day is a chance to grow, to fight, to become the person you were destined to be. Remember, this war isn't won in a single day. It is won in the small, consistent choices you make over time. Choose to fight. Choose to grow. Choose to win. Because the greatest victory is not what you achieve, but who you become. And when you look back on your life, you will know that every struggle, every setback, every moment of crushing doubt was worth it. Because it made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you unstoppable. The war is within you, but so is the unyielding strength to win it. Resilience is your shield in the war within. It is the force that allows you to absorb the brutal blows of setbacks, to recover from the sting of defeat, and to keep marching forward no matter how many times life strikes you down. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure define you. Think back to the hardest moments of your life, the ones you were certain would break you. But they didn't. You survived. You endured. And in doing so, you forged a deeper strength. That is resilience. It is not loud or flashy. It is a quiet, unyielding, ferocious determination. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, or cry, or doubt, or feel utterly overwhelmed. It means you will pick yourself back up every single time. It means trusting that no matter how dire the circumstances, you will find a way forward. The more you practice resilience, the more unshakable you become. It is a muscle built through adversity. Every challenge, every failure, every hardship is an opportunity to grow stronger. So the next time life knocks you down, remember this. Falling is not the end. It is a chance to rise. And each time you rise, you prove to yourself that nothing can keep you down. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a critical, indispensable part of it. Every great achievement in human history stands upon a foundation of countless failures. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he gifted the world the light bulb. Michael Jordan missed more game-winning shots than most players ever dare to take. The defining difference between those who succeed and those who do not is how they perceive and process failure. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It is feedback. It is a lesson in what does not work. It is a sign that you are pushing your limits. It is a step closer to success. The only true failure is the act of giving up. When you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Then apply the lesson and try again. Failure is never the end of the story unless you allow it to be. It is a chapter, not the whole book. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it fuel your determination. Victory in the war within does not come free. It demands sacrifice. You cannot grow while clinging desperately to comfort. You cannot become extraordinary by consistently choosing what is easy. Growth requires the courage to give up something in the short term to gain something infinitely greater in the long term. Ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? Perhaps it's an hour of sleep to rise early and build your dream. Perhaps it's saying no to the hollow distractions of social media and mindless entertainment. Perhaps it's the difficult but necessary act of letting go of toxic relationships that drain your energy. Sacrifice is never easy, but it is always necessary. Every time you give up something that does not serve your purpose, you create a vacuum for something that does. Every time you choose the fire of discomfort over the numbness of complacency, you take a monumental step toward becoming the person you want to be. Sacrifice is the price of progress. Pay it gladly. Purpose is your compass in the war within. It infuses your actions with meaning. It gives you a reason to keep fighting when every instinct tells you to quit. Without purpose, life is a series of aimless skirmishes. With purpose, every battle becomes a worthy crusade. Your purpose does not have to be grand or world-changing. It simply has to matter to you. Perhaps your purpose is to provide a better life for your family. Perhaps it's to lose yourself in a passion that sets your soul on fire. Perhaps it's to make a quiet but meaningful difference in your community. Whatever it is, a clear purpose gives you a reason to fight. Take the time to reflect on it. Ask yourself, what drives me? What am I willing to work for, sacrifice for, fight for? When you have a clear sense of purpose, you are no longer just fighting battles. You are fighting for something bigger than yourself. Momentum is your most powerful ally in the war within. When you are trapped in the mud of inertia, even the smallest step forward can feel impossible. But once you begin to move, everything changes. Momentum builds on itself, turning small, hesitant actions into a cascade of unstoppable results. The key to building momentum is to focus on one small, manageable action at a time. Do not overwhelm yourself with the immensity of the final goal. Instead, ask the simple question: what is the one thing I can do right now? Maybe it's making your bed. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's spending 15 minutes on a goal you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, start small. Each action, no matter how minor, creates a ripple of momentum. And once you have momentum on your side, it becomes easier to keep going. Success is not born from massive leaps. It is the result of consistent daily steps in the right direction. Keep taking those steps, and before you know it, you will have journeyed farther than you ever thought possible. Gratitude is one of the most potent tools in your arsenal for the war within. It powerfully shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. It reminds you of your blessings, even in the heart of the struggle. Gratitude does not mean ignoring your challenges. It means recognizing that even in the hardest of times, there is always something to be thankful for. Start each day with a conscious act of gratitude. Take a single moment to identify 3 things you are grateful for. They do not have to be monumental. A roof over your head, a kind word from a friend, the simple, profound gift of waking up to a new day. Gratitude rewires your perspective. It helps you see the good that already exists in your life and gives you the strength to keep fighting for more. When you practice gratitude, you are not just changing your mindset, you are changing your life. It reminds you that no matter how tough the battle gets, there is always something worth fighting for. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to fight your battles for you. If you want to win the war within, you must become the hero of your own story. You have to seize absolute responsibility for your life, your choices, and your future. Being your own hero does not mean you must be perfect. It does not mean you will never feel fear or doubt or pain. It means you show up anyway. It means you keep fighting, especially when it's hard. It means you take control of your narrative and refuse to be a victim of your circumstances. Every hero's journey is defined by its challenges, but those challenges are precisely what forge the hero into someone capable of overcoming anything. You have that strength within you. The only question is, will you use it? Victory in the war within does not mean you will never struggle. It does not mean the fear, doubt, and pain will vanish forever. It means you no longer allow those things to stop you. It means you keep fighting, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Every day is a battle. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you will feel the crushing weight of wanting to give up. But remember, victory is not won in a single day. It is won through consistent effort, through small wins, through unyielding resilience. When you look back on your life, you will realize that every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt was worth it. Because those moments made you stronger. They made you wiser. They made you unstoppable. The war within you is the hardest battle you will ever face, but it is also the most rewarding. Because when you win this war, you don't just change your life, you change who you are. Change is terrifying, but it is also absolutely necessary. If you want to win the war within, you must confront the uncomfortable truth that your life will not improve unless you are willing to change. Change does not come easily. It challenges everything you know, everything you're used to, everything that feels safe. But comfort and growth cannot coexist. The war within thrives on your resistance to change. It's the voice that tells you, this is just how things are. But that is a lie. Things are the way they are, because you have allowed them to be. You are not a tree, rooted in one place, unable to move. You have the power to make different choices, to create a different reality. Change starts with a single, powerful decision. It starts with the declaration, I am done settling. I am done making excuses. I am ready to do what it takes. It's not about overhauling your entire life in a day. It's about making consistent small adjustments that lead to massive transformations over time. Change is scary, but staying the same is far scarier. The life you dream of is on the other side of that fear. Discomfort is the price of admission for greatness. It is the feeling you get when you step outside your comfort zone, when you push yourself harder than you ever have before, when you face challenges that seem impossible. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs, but those who win the war within understand a profound secret. Discomfort is where the magic happens. Think about it. The moments in your life that shaped you the most were not the easy ones. They were the moments you had to dig deep, when you faced suffocating uncertainty, when you didn't know if you could do it, but you did it anyway. That is where growth happens. That is where strength is built. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is a sign that you are doing something meaningful. Embrace it. Lean into it. Let it remind you that you are alive, that you are capable, that you are moving forward. The more comfortable you become with being uncomfortable, the more unstoppable you will be in the war within. In this war, patience is your secret weapon. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we expect immediate results. But real, lasting change takes time. Growth is a process, not an event. And patience is the virtue that keeps you going when progress feels agonizingly slow. Think of your goals as planting a tree. You cannot expect it to grow into a mighty oak overnight. You must nurture it, water it, and give it time. The same is true for your own growth. Every action you take, every small win, every step forward is like watering that tree. It may not seem like much at first, but over time, those small, consistent actions will create something incredible. Patience does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means trusting the process. It means understanding that the hard work you are putting in now will pay off, even if you cannot see the results yet. Stay consistent, stay committed, and know, with unshakable faith, that the results will come. Action is the ultimate weapon in the war within. You can think, plan, and dream all you want, but nothing changes until you take action. Action is what turns intangible ideas into tangible reality. It is what separates those who succeed from those who only talk about succeeding. The enemy within loves to keep you trapped in the paralyzing cycle of overthinking. He whispers, what if it doesn't work? What if you fail? What if you're not ready? But action silences those doubts. It does not matter if your first step is messy or imperfect. What matters is that you take it. Start small if you must. Take one step forward, no matter how insignificant it seems. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. The more you act, the more confidence you build, and the more confidence you build, the easier it becomes to keep moving forward. You do not fight the war within alone. The people you surround yourself with have a massive, undeniable impact on your mindset, your motivation, and your ultimate success. Some people will lift you up, inspire you, and push you to be your absolute best. Others will drag you down, feed your doubts, and keep you stuck. Take a hard, honest look at the people in your life. Are they helping you win the war within, or are they a part of the enemy's arsenal? It is not always easy to distance yourself from toxic relationships, but sometimes it is absolutely necessary for your survival. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who challenge you, and who remind you of your potential. And remember, it is not just about what you take, it's about what you give. Be the kind of person who inspires and uplifts others. Be the kind of person who helps others win their own battles. When you lift others, you lift yourself. The war within is not fought at full intensity every single day. Just as a soldier needs rest to recharge for the next battle, you need rest to maintain your strength. Rest is not weakness, it is strategy. It is what allows you to keep going, to stay sharp, and to fight your best fight. Rest means more than just sleep, though sleep is crucial. It means taking time to recharge mentally, emotionally, and physically. It means giving yourself permission to step back, to breathe, to reflect. It means knowing when to push and when to pause. Remember, you are in this for the long haul. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It is a sign that you are not fighting smart. Prioritize rest, and you will find yourself stronger, sharper, and more resilient in the battles ahead. The ultimate goal of the war within is not just to overcome your struggles. It is to become unstoppable. It is to reach a point where nothing can break your spirit, where no challenge can hold you back, where you know, deep in your soul, that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Becoming unstoppable does not mean you will never face obstacles. It does not mean you will never feel fear, doubt, or pain. It means you will face those things and keep going anyway. It means you will rise every single time you fall. It means you will refuse to give up, no matter how hard it gets. To become unstoppable, you must commit to a lifetime of growth. You must embrace the challenges, the setbacks, and the struggles as opportunities to become stronger. You must believe in yourself, even when no one else does. You must fight for the life you deserve, no matter what. Because the war within is not just about winning a battle. It is about transforming yourself into the person you were always meant to be.